Hey everyone, Tankenstein here. As you guys know, there is a new major update coming to War Thunder, of which has not been named yet, but there have been dev blogs and great vehicles that have been announced thus far. And the newest one that just got announced probably a few minutes ago is the Challenger 2E. That's right, we are getting a new Challenger variant that will likely be around the same BR as the Black Knight version of the Challenger 2 in the British top tier of the Ground Forces tech tree. So essentially, the Challenger 2E is an export variant of the Challenger 2 and was developed in the early 2000s, so it's not quite as new as the Black Knight, which makes me think that it's not going to be as high of a BR, or if it is, it's going to sit one rung below the Black Knight in the British Ground Forces tech tree, but I still think that this is going to be extremely capable. So essentially, at least as per the dev blog, it says that it has improved dynamics and top speed, which I'll go over the specifics of in a few moments. It's got thermal vision for the commander, gunner, and driver sights, and also has good protection at the turret front. Now, I'm not entirely sure if it's got improved protection. I could not find any documentation regarding that in my somewhat brief search for information on the Challenger 2E. Now, with that said, it is kind of funny that British crewman, I mean, of course, it's not funny leaking state secrets. However, it is kind of funny that he tried to leak it regarding the cannon breach, which is at the turret front, and, well, they're finally improving the turret front. So, coincidence? I think so, but, kind of funny nonetheless. Not in a ha-ha way, but in a coincidental way. Now, that being said, again, the Challenger 2E is an export variant of the Challenger 2, and essentially, it's got what they call the Euro Power Pack. So what the Euro Power Pack was a 1,500 horsepower diesel engine plus a new transmission, which does increase, at least per War Thunder, the top speed of this vehicle to 72 kilometers per hour, which is about a 20% increase in top speed. Not only that, but it does have a much better power to weight ratio and does have better throttle response and many other things. So if you guys don't know, when it comes to throttle response and things like that, I believe it's impacted by the transmission, but also very importantly, and something that a lot of people don't look at, is when you look at the tank's horsepower, right next to it, at least on the stat card, it tells you how much RPM that it takes in order to reach that max horsepower. If you have a tank that gets that max horsepower at 3,000 RPM, it might not be as fast as a vehicle that gets it at 2,000 RPM. So basically, if you get that horsepower sooner before you have to shift gears, that means that you are getting a lot more power sooner and your tank's going to be a lot quicker. It's one of the reasons why the Tiger II SLA-16 is a lot quicker than the standard Tiger II. It only has 50 more horsepower, however, it gets that horsepower substantially quicker than the standard Tiger II. Just some fun things to know. Now, aside from that, it does have the L27A1, which is the Black Knight's top APF SDS shell, so it is pretty interesting. That's why I'm kind of assuming it's going to be a little bit less than when it comes to the Black Knight, because it just seems like even though it does have improved horsepower, I'm not sure if everything else is going to be up to where the Black Knight is, especially being that the Black Knight is the fully upgraded Challenger 2 that was actually released much more recently, at least chronologically in our timeline, than the Challenger 2E, so it is a newer variant with better technology. But with that being said, the Challenger 2E just seems like an improved version of the Challenger 2, of course, something that a lot of people are going to want. A lot of people, myself included, really do not like the mobility of British tanks, so hopefully with this improved power system, it makes it into a much better vehicle with better options, because of course mobility is key in top tier in War Thunder. You can't just get around by not moving fast at all. So hopefully this brings it up to speed quite literally and makes it into a very effective vehicle. And I think it'll do wonders for that, because you can only do so much when it comes to armor, but if you can add speed even in lieu of armor, a lot of people would rather take that than an additional, let's say, 50 or 100 millimeters of composite armor. So that said, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. It just seems like this vehicle is really better when it comes to the horsepower, power to weight ratio, and maybe some of the features, like when it comes to the thermals and things of that nature, but I cannot confirm exactly what's going to be in game, so it could be thermal Gen 1, Gen 2, not entirely sure, but again, it seems like this is mainly an improvement in mobility. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I am, as always, interested to read your thoughts. Either way, thanks again, and I'll see you all on the other side. Take care, everyone.